I've noticed that like you're just like constantly up to date with like all music, and I'm just wondering, I'm like, damn, like Lush is just like hella listening to music on your free time like crazy. Like
I do,
you
but
found out about X, that's how you found that interview. Like
yeah,
that was very niche at that moment,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
Like
I remember one of the first things I saw about X. There was like a bunch of random anime clips
uh
coming out, and they would have
oh yes,
X's music behind
yes,
it.
yes, yes,
And
exactly.
I was like, "Yo, who the fuck is this?" Because I was so up on
Hmm.
she was like, "I haven't heard of it." I wasn't really privy to like the new underground, which is
Yeah,
like the Florida
exactly, exactly.
inspired by Memphis,
Hmm.
by Memphis his tapes and shit like that, which is
Exactly.
like this whole Suicide Boys, Bones,
I
and
feel like that part of Instagram is like faded away. The like the weird little edits of like the the sad animes and like sad little undertones and like some grungy music behind it like X or something else or whatever. That was like a big thing. A lot of like e-girls became popular like that
right,
because they would just like throw their
right,
faces in there. Like I remember I don't know her name at all, but I remember one like back in those like X days. I remember there was this one girl who like had shot her own phone,
yep,
and like they always use that clip of her shooting her own phone in like so many different edits. That's funny. I remember also recently hearing that Andrew Tate, like his whole idea, or not idea, but like scheme behind blowing up was like have the fans, post your shit, make edits of your shit, and he was like, that's always been the idea, and like people kind of accredited that to Andrew Tate, but people have been doing that since X days.
oh, it's
Like
way
his
before
fans
that.
helped him blow up like crazy.
Like really creating as a content creator, creating a myopic experience, which essentially means creating an experience where everybody feels like they're involved in it
Mm,
and they're an essential piece and
exactly.
this wouldn't function without them, and having all the fans become like and I have an identity through the content you create.
You're
And then
basically describing streaming right now. I feel like in my head.
but that's been going on for a long
Damn,
time
that's
with
you're right. That's interesting.
really, I would say it goes damn near back, and it predates this. But when it became a lot more popular was during MySpace, and then you can even look at mainstream artists' fan bases. Look at like Beyonce has like the Beehive,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
every
that's
time she
true.
pops up, there's bee emojis
I
and
was so like surface level MySpace that I wasn't a part of like the Soldier Boy accounts and like all these.
MySpace kids
Yeah,
and all that.
exactly. Like I didn't
Yeah,
really know. I wasn't that tapped into MySpace because I was like in seventh, eighth grade at that
right.
time. But I heard that a lot of people did already have these like cult fan bases on MySpace already at that time.
For sure, 1,000%, and then like the fans being able to add the songs to their page
Oh yeah,
and
I
shit.
remember
Like
that for sure. Yeah, you could like as is like the homepage song as soon as you tap in like
MySpace has had an amazing interface.
dude.
Like if it wasn't so like prone to getting spammed, MySpace to this day
Yeah.
would be like the elite message.
Imagine the copyright issues MySpace would have to deal with
Oh
like
fuck.
you tap into my page and I have just fucking Drake playing with Lil Baby and everyone's just like, oh, is that chill? Is that not chill? Like,
What would have happened is they would find a way to monetize that, and those they would count as like streams.
oh my god, dude! And did those count as streams?
At the time,
Imagine they
did not.
did.
They did not. But
Bro,
yeah,
if they did, like all these records we have nowadays being broken all the time would have been broken already
oh
by
for sure.
MySpace. That's
But
for sure.
Soldier Boy would be the best-selling artist of all time.
Dude, that's interesting. Dude, don't tell Soldier Boy that. He's
Yeah.
gonna use that as evidence
For
for
sure.
another argument. That's funny.
But yeah, during like the XXX days and all that, and for No Jumper, like that put me up, like seeing those videos and then discovering him. And then there was a video that I don't know if it was academics, but there was a bunch of shit talking about the "Look at Me" song, and it was like Drake stole this flow.
Oh wow!
And
Oh
that
yeah, I
was
remember that part. Yes, I remember that was like one. I saw some video about like what helped X blow up or whatever, and
that was huge, right?
and
there.
that was like one of the big things. Where as I was watching that transpire, I just thought it was like funny entertainment, right? But looking back on it, they were like, nah, like X was like purposely using this drama to further his career, and and there was like they were talking about all this drama that happened around that same time, him going to jail, the Drake thing,
Yep.
all this stuff, and
Yep.
they're like he was like taking all these things as like advantages, you know what I mean? Like where it was like helping him blow up, and he was. I didn't really think about it at that time, but that's true. Just beefing with Drake, and did Drake
Or
even
just
respond?
not like there. He didn't once if if X hadn't been so aggressive about the way he came at him,
Oh,
Drake
yes.
probably would have embraced him. And
That's
fucked
true.
with
That's
him.
true.
But because he did that, then he kind of fell back. But here's the cold thing. So essentially, the pattern that Drake took, I'm like, but you was your man's. You feel me? Like, can't keep my dick in my pants. Like that.
Yeah.
That's like can't keep my dick in my. It's a 7-syllable pattern. And what's crazy is I did the research. I was like, is he the first to flip this style?
Okay.
And he wasn't.
That's what I was gonna say, because you've been in the battle rap scene a long time. You've seen so many different rap styles, and how it's like almost like playing a guitar. It's like people are gonna use the same little rhythms at some point. You know,
of course, like no idea is original, no cadence is original.
Exactly.
But the way that was flipped with the da 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 da, like
Okay.
it was like where I heard it first, and there's probably examples, and I heard there are examples that predate this, and I timestamped the dates of the release.
Okay.
I first heard it on the Lil Uzi Vert Love Is Rage 1 tape when he
Before X.
before X. It like came out 2 months before
Wow.
Look at Me dropped.
Interesting.
So that was like the end of like 2015, and then the X shit came out like.
So you could
2 months
almost
later.
even say that X probably even heard that song and unconsciously maybe his
For
brain
sure.
had
And-
sampled it or
and Peep
something.
Game, I'm gonna get into that. Because,
Okay.
And it was it's the Lil Uzi Vert song "All My Chains." He goes, "I got the ABC jeans, rocking the Givenchy jeans." Yeah.
Wow.
You feel me?
That's
He
interesting.
flips the same cadence, and in "Look at Me," X says, "I got a Uzi no Uzi." Like he references Lil Uzi Vert in his verse.
Interesting.
So, I don't know. I feel like there is
Yeah, that's
definitely a subconscious
wow.
influence.
We need Trap Lil Ross on this or someone. I don't know.
I'm sure he would agree with me.
Oh, you think so?
The way I broke all this down.
Yeah, no, that made sense to
Like-
me, 100%.